Good evening and welcome to Rebels Radio, live from Holloways Park in Buckinghamshire, where tonight we are the hosts for Aylesbury, Slough Town, here to try and get their third win in a row and have a very strong team out. Aylesbury bring a lot of experience, and obviously Steve Bateman, the ex-Slough Town manager, so there might be a little bit of fizz and bite in this game. I hope you can all hear me. My name is John Porter. Welcome to Rebels Radio for the first time. Please let me know through the Matchday chat if you can first hear me, and secondly, if you can also what the volume is like, because that is very, very important. And I'm really keen right now. I can't see anything in the chat room at the moment, so I'm hoping people can hear me. It seems to be broadcasting. YouTube's suggesting we're broadcasting, and it would just be nice to get some sort of confirmation if this is actually happening. So let's just see if I can... Yes, it's alive! Hooray! Rocker can hear me. So that is very good news. I'm very happy about that. Welcome. We will see how we get on to this evening. Hopefully 3 points for the big Rebels. This is our first broadcast this evening, and it is going to be fun. The conditions here at Slough are, it's dry at the moment, it's quite clear. The wind is picking up though. The subs are still on the pitch, just warming up, and we will see how we get on shortly. I'm just seeing Mr. Underwood's father just coming into the stands in front of us and just giving me an odd look. So let's hope this is good. Let me run you through the teams to start off with. Let's start off with Aylesbury. In goal, number 1, James Wetherall. Number 2, Lamar Simpson. Number 3, Connor Baker. Number 4, Sam Bateman. Number 5, Ben Stevens and captain. Number 6, Tom Cutts. Number 7, Jerome Anderson. 8, Adam Logie. 9, Bradley Watkins. 10, Sean Sonner. And 11, Gareth Price. And on the bench for the Moles is number 12, Kevin Meller. Number 15, Steve Perkins. Number 16, Stephen Bateman. And number 17, Ollie Hogg. And now I will take you through the team that you've all been waiting to hear from, which is the Slough Town. So in goal, we have number 1, Jake Somerville. Right back, number 2, Sean Fraser. Left back, number 3, Ryan Parsons. In the centre pack, there is Dave Woosley and captain Adam Fowler. Unfortunately, Guy Hollis is still out injured with a niggling knee injury, so he hasn't challenged to come back, but hopefully it's not as serious as they first suspected, but we will have to see. Then in midfield, we have Warren Harris, number 11. We have Darren Wheeler, number 10. And then the Dynamos in midfield, we have number 8, Jamie McClure, and number 6, Lee Rumbold. And then up front, we have the inform Adam Cornell, partnered by Ed Smith, the fans' favourite, number 9. So, who's listening out there, and where are you all listening? It'd be really good if you could contact us and tell us where we're listening, either through the MyFC chat day room, the Slough Town forum, or alternatively you can tweet us at MyFC Rebels Radio or put a hashtag in of Rebels, and hopefully we can pick up and find out what's going on. This is my first broadcast, so please don't expect John Motson. If John Motson's Premiership, then hopefully I'll be somewhere around us, step 7, 8, something like that, in the non-league standard. I'm going to try and keep it as clean as possible, but I will apologise if I get very overexcited and an odd word comes out, but I will try and keep it watershed. And today I am flying solo, so if you don't like my voice, I'm afraid I don't know what other option I can give you, really. Perhaps turn it down and just watch what other people are saying from my comments. Hopefully I'll be the eyes and ears for you down here in Beaconsfield this evening. The ground's just starting to fill up. Lots of people are still just hanging around near the tunnel area to the right as I look, just waiting for the teams to come out onto the pitch. The burger van over the far side is doing a reasonable trade. Can we stop saying Leeds on the forum, please? I don't appreciate that. Not at this time. That's definitely pre-watershed. The senior Mr. Short has just turned up and he seems to be giving me grief. He's not as tall as his son, by the way. For those of you who aren't familiar with the ground, we are on the far side from the camera. And so that as you look at it, what's on the camera right to left would be obviously left to right for us. And so the clubhouse and the stands is to the right-hand side as I look. And the slope goes slightly down to the left with the dugouts almost directly opposite me. As I say, the conditions are good. And we're looking forward to this game. Aylesbury are yet to play this year. Their last game was the 28th of December, so they are unbeaten in 2014. But as yet, they haven't kicked a ball in anger this term. They've made quite a few changes in personnel, and obviously during this season, they've had a change to the ex-Slough Town manager of Steve Bateman, who obviously took over from Craig Falconbridge, who's gone on to work at their academy over there. And Steve Bateman made pretty quick work of any of the players that were released by Bakes and Unders in the summer. He has kind of picked them up, and there's a few players in that side who like Adam Logie, obviously Mr. Bateman's son Sam and Stephen, who and Sean Sonner, who were kind of surplus to requirements as per the changes that we had. So this is the Moles that we are taking on today. The Moles are named as such because their pitch apparently used to have a bit of a mole problem, but they've at the moment got a lot of drainage problems, purely because it's underwater most of the time. They have quite a fierce rivalry, and probably the biggest game of their season is against Aylesbury United, the Ducks. So you've got the Ducks versus the Moles. I'm not sure what that fight would look like. Be interesting to see. I was actually asked a question in one interview: would you prefer to fight 100 duck-sized horses or 100 horse-sized ducks? And well, that's one for you to ponder. I don't know where I've gone with horses and ducks, but that's what putting a man from the south in a plastic box by himself, talking to himself, thinking there's no one there, will do to a man. So yeah, interesting times. Just to take you through what I'm going to do this evening, obviously I'll try and keep my eyes and ears on the game where I can. I'll try and keep an eye on Twitter and the forums. And at half-time, I'm not going to keep talking. I'm going to give you guys a break. I'm going to turn the microphone off and then leave you with it. And we'll go from there. I can see the players are in the tunnel, about to come out. Slough wearing their home colours of amber, navy and navy, and Aylesbury, I believe, are going to be wearing red and black. And so we're just waiting for David Sheldrake, the referee, to lead them out and hopefully bring them onto the pitch. Everything else is quiet. It's kind of filling up. There's kind of a reasonable crowd out tonight. There's not too many sheltered just as yet, and the stand is filling nicely. Hopefully you can all still hear me. I'm not still talking in a Yorkshire accent anyway, whoever said that a little while ago. I think we want nothing less than 3 points in our quest today for going for the glory of getting into the playoffs. It's going to be a tough fight, and this is really one of those games that I think the management team would see that we really need to pick up 3 points for. And I think we've got a very capable team out there, and especially it's nice that Warren Harris has come back through his fitness because he's been playing very well. I can see John Underwood making his way out now across the pitch ahead of the teams, just doing a bit of tidying up and housekeeping. And Super Kev, the physio, is following him shortly after. And there are some Slough towns in situ ready to welcome the teams onto the pitch. I don't think you're going to get an awful lot of background noise because, as I said, I'm in a box, so there's nothing else to do that. And if Slough win this evening and other results go in their favour, hopefully we may end up possibly third in the table. I know we will have played a number of games more, but yes, Beaconsfield aren't playing, Royston aren't playing, Rugby aren't playing, and Dunstable are obviously way up there. So hopefully with the other fixtures that are going on, I'll run through those. We've got AFC Hayes versus Daventry Town, Barton are entertaining Dunstable, Egham versus Ashford, Kettering take on St Ives, and then Slough are playing Aylesbury. I'm glad we're still loud and clear, Rocker. Where are you anyway, by the way, Rocker? It would be nice to know. And Aylesbury seem to have brought a few fans along. The Moles are kind of making their voices heard even through this very thick wall. So we'll have to have a look and see how we get on. They've even got a drum by the sounds of things. Yeah, they have. Wow. Just to give you some background on that, I mean, the two Aylesbury clubs have a stiff rivalry to the extent that when the game happened at Aylesbury United some weeks ago, the crowd was actually quite a huge 450. I don't think there was that many people in Aylesbury. So, yeah, their next game's on Aylesbury 3rd. The players are now being led out onto the pitch, and I will take you through the teams one final time before we kick off. So, Aylesbury, James Witherall, Lamar Simpson, Connor Baker, Sam Bateman, Ben Stevens, who's captain, Tom Cutts, Jerome Anderson, Adam Logie, Bradley Watkins, Sean Sonner and Gareth Price, who incidentally is their top scorer. And then for Slough, we have Somerville in goal, Fraser, Parsons, that's Ryan Parsons, Dave Woozy, Adam Fowler, Lee Rumbold, Adam Cornell, James McClurg, Ed Smith, Darren Wheeler, and 11 Warren Harris. And on the bench for Slough is number 12 George Short, number 14 Seb Costello, number 15 Jack Parsons, number 16 Scott Harris, and number 18 Johnny Dyer, who's still not back to 100%. Oh, Guernsey are listening. That's very exciting. Rocker appears to be in Holland. Oh, we like that. And at the moment, actually, Aylesbury seem to have turned up in a different colour than is on the team sheet. So they're actually in a silver top with maroon shorts. And they've gone to the left-hand half of the pitch as I look at it, with Slough to the right-hand side. So Slough will looking to be playing right to left and slightly with a slope if this stays as it is. The linesmen are just checking out the nets, and it looks like we're about ready to kick off. So strap yourselves in. I hope it's going to be enjoyable. You can just see Jake Somerville making his way in his bright blue kit to the goal. He's just recently acquired a house, but I think his dad's still paying for it, to be honest. But anyway, that's by the by. You can ask yeah. If anyone wants to tweet Jake about that, then do by all means. Aylesbury are doing that modern thing that lots of teams do, having a little huddle. Although it doesn't seem a fully committed huddle, they just seem to be kind of jigging up and down, not kind of making much body contact with one another. So here we go. I'm not sure whether I'm going to stand or sit, because I'm sitting at the moment, but I can't see an awful lot. Someone needs to get some brush out here, and the referee has just blown his whistle to call the two skippers in. So in goes Adam Fowler and Ben Stevens, and they're just shaking hands with the referee and his two assistants. And we'll see. They all look rather fresh. They're all jumping around, so I'm guessing it's a lot chillier out there than it is in here. And Aylesbury are still making a good amount of noise. They're under the covered shed end at the right, so this will be hopefully where Slough are shooting up towards their vocal support in the first half. But at the moment, they are certainly giving a few tunes and sounding good. Sunny Gravesend, really? That must be a long way out. That must be a long way west if it's that. Even though it's east, I know, but wow. The referee seems to be having an awfully long chat with these boys. Sorry if I go a bit off track at any point, by the way. Oh, yes, my hands are getting slightly cold. As I said, in my little box that I've been put in, my breath is starting to appear. Hopefully I'm not going to steam up to the extent that I won't be able to see out. And the Aylesbury fans are breaking out into song of Come On You Moles. So they haven't even started. They're very, very excited. I think they've obviously drunk some of the water around Aylesbury, probably from the pitch. And we'll see how they're getting on. Oh. And someone has parked a white Audi in the wrong place. This is not good news. It is not me. That's the best news of all. Gravesend. Scotland, is it? It sounds like the tannoy man has just been shot, but I think it's actually that he's just parked his thing the wrong way. Anyway, we are ready for kickoff, and Slough are shooting right to left down the hill. And we're just ready. Aylesbury have got the kickoff, and we're about to get underway. So let's see how we get on. And we started. And Aylesbury immediately stick a ball over to the far side, to the right back position where it's gone out of play, and Sean Fraser is just getting comfortable with the ball, and he's about to take a throw in about halfway inside the first half. And the ball's thrown up, and no challenge in the air whatsoever. Now there's a long ball lofted through, and Fowler has to step across, and he just puts it safe. So it's going to be an attacking Aylesbury throw just towards the edge of the 18-yard box on the far side. And they seem to start quite brightly. There's quite a lot of noise in the ground. There's just a lot of jostling around going on in the box. Short throw back to the kicker, and a cross has come in and well away by Fowler. And now there's a chance for Rumble to break, and Darren Wheeler's on the ball on the left hand side, just going over halfway outside the D, and he's still running, and he's just stepping up to take on the player, and he's just stopped. He's stopped and tracked it back and knocked it into the corner, and I think that's just going to roll out harmlessly for a goal kick. That was a nice, quick, incisive break, just lacked a slight final ball from Darren Wheeler there, and we're now just waiting for James Weatherall to place the ball. The first of the Slough fans are making their way down behind that goal in the far end, in the dark, as it looks from here. And let's just see how these challenges and these early 50-50s are done with. The ball is in the air, about halfway, and again, no Slough player really very close to it. Now it's with Rummy in the centre. It's kind of battling through, and it's on the left, on the Aylesbury left flank. Number 11, who is Gareth Price, is on the ball, and he's just touched it inside, and they're just playing it across the midfield. McClure closes down twice, and the ball is out for an Aylesbury throw. Midway inside the Slough half on the right-hand side. So we're just waiting. That's the first ball of the evening gone out. So here comes a replacement ball number 1. And the left back's going to take the throw, Connor Baker. Just holding up play. Needs to get on with it a little bit. And Woos is beaten in the air, and Fowler just heads home to Somerville. And Somerville's now got the arms in his ball in his hands, and is waiting to see what happens now. Let's just have a stand. I'm just standing up now. Let's change position. Oh, I don't want to go too far. Somerville clears it high, 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 and Cornell challenges up for it, but the defender wins it, flicks it on, and now it comes back to Fowler, who clears it long right to Warren Harris. First time on the ball for Warren Harris. On the far right-hand side, wins the throw-in, just past the dugouts, near the centre of the pitch, under the camera. And now we're just waiting for Sean to take the throw-in, which he does. He finds Warren Harris to feet, and Warren turns into a player, and again it is a Slough ball. So there's a Slough throw-in midway inside the Aylesbury half on the right flank, and there's not a lot of movement going on. They come looking for it. I think Ed Smith there through the Merc gets it, and now Aylesbury have broken away. They've stolen the ball, and the left winger is flying along with the ball, rung in at Fowler. Fowler guesses well and stops the ball, and it's quickly switched now out to the left to Darren Wheeler, who's got the ball. He's just taken on the player. He's gone inside, and he's now flicked a lovely ball through to McClurg. Unfortunately, McClurg's control lets him down a little bit, and the ball flies out to the right-hand side again. Early exchange is a little bit frantic, but both sides looking to attack here. And again, a lot coming from Aylesbury left at the moment. And Fowler once again sharp into the tackle, and the ball is out for an Aylesbury throw. So in these early exchanges, no clear chances. We've had 3.5 minutes, and it's again on the left-hand side, on the far side, a free header there for Slough, and Fowler tries to clear it, and it's now just in midfield with Jamie McClurg, who's knocked it free, and it's come out to left back to Ryan Parsons. Takes a touch, getting closed down. Sticks a long ball through to the channel. Ed Smith's at the end of it. Ed Smith takes it on his chest. Oh, and he's bundled to the ground, and there's a free kick right on the edge of the box. That is very close to being a penalty. So this is literally on the left-hand D of the Aylesbury box, and there is an excellent opportunity for a free kick, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if a certain Darren Wheeler was very interested in this. So that was the first opportunity, a great kind of angled ball up there through to Ed Smith, who took it well on the chest and then got bundled over. So keep your fingers crossed. Let's see what happens here. Okay. The goalkeeper, Weatherall, is just organising his wall. It is a 4-man wall, and Wheeler's lined up next to it. It's quite a tall wall, but they're nowhere near 10 yards. They've walked back, and McClurg is just making himself a pest in the wall. He's just kind of wandering around, giving them a bit of shoving. And Wheeler is standing 5 yards away from the ball. He's running up, and he strikes it. Ooh, and it's over the bar. So that is the first attempt. The keeper didn't have to deal with it, but it was a solid enough effort. So early on, this is quite evenly paced. Aylesbury have come and with good intent, and they seem to be looking to play out on the left-hand side. And Darren Wheeler's had a good few early touches, which is very good and very interesting. So now, once again, the ball is with Weatherall to clear. And we're just waiting for him to clear the ball upfield. And he's cleared it again. Oh, and the wind caught that ball immensely. And so now the ball had an opportunity to break, but it's broken down to Ryan Parsons, left back, just plays a short ball into Wheeler, who's got a little bit of time and space. He's looking forward, he's looking up. Oh, and the ball bobbled just before he hit it, but it's through, and Weatherall made a little bit of a meal of that. The ball bobbled, and he just picked it up luckily. So he's now got the ball in his hands. It was intelligent play from Wheeler, who's obviously been told to get the ball forward quite early. Keeper kicks it out of his hands. Woosley gets a flick onto the inside, and Ryan Parsons does well to come in and defend and head the ball, which I think is going to go for an Aylesbury corner on the far side. Yes, I think the wind is making it difficult for the players. There's a little bit of gusting around, and so that just took Woos by a bit surprise, and you headed it unfortunately through to one of the players. But Aylesbury have the first corner of the game. And let's just have a look here. Here we go now. Okay, so it's on the far side as we look at it, and it's a right-footed corner taker. I can't see who it is. So this will be an in-swinger. Lots of jostling going on the box. The ball comes in, and it's too long, and it glances off one of the Aylesbury heads and goes behind harmlessly for a goal kick, and the player looks like he's injured. I'm not sure why. The ball just hit him on the back of the head. Anyway, so let's just go on. What voice am I listening to? unfortunately mine, which is John Porter. So yes, apologies if it's unpleasant or anything like that. But we're having a good time here. It would be good to know where you're all listening from, what you're up to while you're listening to my dulcet tones. I know I like to do a bit of an ironing potentially because my girlfriend doesn't iron very well. Anyway, that's another story for another time. Somerville's clearing the ball long, and it's up in midfield, and Harris jumps with the left back, Connor Baker, but Baker wins it, and now the ball's being played through to midfield. It's tight. There's a bit of batter on, and it is cleared long by Fraser down the right flank. And now it's kicked back over the top to Fraser, and so there seems to be a little bit of ping-pong going on. Aylesbury have the ball in midfield and try and play a clever little ball through, and now the number 9, Bradley Watkins, has it on the far side, comes across and crosses it, and it is well smothered by Jake in goal, and now he throws it out early to the left wing, and Ryan Parsons is bombing on past Wheeler, and they seem to be having a race at the moment, but Wheeler is running very fast. He's running at the man. He's running at Lamar Simpson, and Wheeler's got the ball, and he crosses the ball in across the 18-yard box, and the defender and the keeper confused each other, and they didn't actually challenge the ball there. What a bit of a mess, and now they've just oofed it clear, and Rumbold's got it. He passes it out left to Ryan Parsons on the edge of the 18-yard box, just close to the byline. And Wheeler crosses it in deep. An excellent cross. And two Slough bodies collide in the area. There's one man down. It might be Cornell. But meanwhile, the left breaking quickly at Aylesbury. A lot of ball coming out through the left here. And now they play it cross midfield. And they've got it on halfway line. And they're just looking to just keep the ball. But Warren Harris is closing him down well. Connor Baker on the ball, the left back. And he's now clipped the ball through, and they are appealing for an offside. Woosley's looking for it, but they're in the far left corner, and they're trying to deliver the cross in, and it's got deflected off, and the guy will have a second attempt at it. He passes it back to the left back, who's halfway inside the Slough defensive half. He has a run in and just flicks the ball through, but it's too hard and goes harmlessly out for a goal kick. So there seemed to be a little bit of confusion there with the linesman being called into question, but I think for now we're okay. Once again, Somerville's just setting. The managers look quite relaxed on the far side. There's not too much going on. They're not shouting and screaming or anything like that. So let's just have a little look at this. Somerville clears it, and everyone just watches it go through, and it's gone all the way through to the keeper, who's quite a way outside of his box. Comes out to the left back position, and Ryan Parsons lets him down a little bit. Now it's with the Aylesbury right back. Short little pass through. They're playing it into midfield, nice and small. They turns, giving it very simple and playing just square, short balls. And now looks to cut it through past Sean Fraser, who they may look to be targeting, it looks like at the moment. But away comes Warren Harris with the ball about on halfway, just inside halfway. Checks, turns it back to Sean Fraser, who chips the ball through. And it goes out for an Aylesbury throw down towards the edge of their 18-yard box in their defensive half. No, Paolo Rebo, I've never done anything like this with my horse. I'm an absolute virgin at commentating, I'm not going to lie. And this is my first attempt at non-league. The ball's coming up over halfway, and Woos hooks it clear. And it's bobbling around in there a little bit, but no one's getting their foot on the ball. But Aylesbury seem to turn out of trouble and just play it out to the left back, who tries to play a ball through. But Fowler's got the ball now in the defensive third. Passes it to Rumbold, who plays it Wheeler on the centre spot. Passes it left back just on the halfway line to Parsons. Plays it inside to Rumbold. Now back to Wheeler, who's got a little bit of space. He's knocked it past the right back. He's down towards the edge of the 18-yard box. He drives in across. Should be safe enough for the keeper, and he's held it quite comfortably. It's now the ball is on the floor. And so here we go. The ball is on the floor. No one's just closing him down. And now Cornell's just running through slightly lazy. Oh, kind of fakes it. One of those things that kind of annoys you a little bit, but the keeper's kicked it out of his hands, and I think the wind is probably in his favour because it's caught him again. Woos up and heads clear, but then the ball bounces down to an Aylesbury defender, and now the ball, just a heavy touch through, and Somerville's got it at his feet. Parsons showing if he wants the ball. The game just lacking a touch of spark. I thought Wheeler's free kick might do it, but there hasn't really just been that spark to kick it into life. There hasn't been that moment of class just yet. So let's just see how we're getting on. Ball driven through by Somerville to the left-hand corner end. Cornell's shutting it down, and the ball has now been kicked out for an attacking throw-in for Slough, which Ryan Parsons is stood over, quickly takes it back to Wheeler, and Wheeler passes it low to Connor, who flicks it on the edge of the box, but it's headed away by headed away by the Aylesbury defender. Now coming out to the left, and Sean Fraser is competing for the ball. Now it's a Slough throw. There's good tempo here now to Slough. They seem to have woken up a little bit. McClurg just seemed to get chopped down, but we're playing on. And the left back puts it out in the very far corner, so it's just close, a throw-in, close to the corner flag with the linesman in the far corner, which it looks like Sean Fraser's going to take. And players moving around. And there's a bit of give and go there. I think that was Wheeler coming to look for the ball. And it's driven across and off a Aylesbury left back for a first corner to Slough the game. So up go the big boys, up go Adam Fowler, up goes Dave Woosley. Back come Ryan Parsons is sitting back, and then we are looking at that, and Sean is also back. So Wheeler is cutting in the corner in. Now these all have some pre-planned moves. I'm not going to give you away what they are, but they're all in a group. There's a bunch of group on the edge. There's 4 players, Slough players coming out. There's 3 groups on the edge of the box, and they seem to be trying to confuse the Aylesbury defenders. They're doing their set move. Wheeler's just making himself comfortable, ready to deliver the ball in. They're now moving around. Lots of bees like a honeypot in that box. And round they come, and a good clearing header there, unfortunately, from Aylesbury. But the ball comes out, knocked out by Warren Harris back to Wheeler on the edge of the box. Please, let's hope he delivers it quickly. And the great ball in, really deep. Oh! And the keeper has to just tap that over. I think that was more of a cross than a shot, but it was heading towards the far corner, and the keeper has now touched that ball off, so it's a corner now. Wheeler has to run all the way across the far side, and the Slough Town fans are chanting and getting their voice behind the Rebels, as we all are. So Wheeler has now made his way across, so this will be an out-swinging corner from the left-hand edge. And again, now there's a big huddle of players at the back of the box, all stood together. Movement comes, and the ball's driven in low, hard. Flicks away once again. Falls to Warren Harris on the edge of the box. He picks up the ball. He's challenged once. He lines up a shot, but it gets blocked. And it's now gone out midway on the left-hand side of the pitch for a Rebels throw-in, which Ryan Parsons looks to take. And he's just looking at his different options. Ed Smith showing. That's gone to Dave Woosley. Just played it simple. And he's knocked that up towards Cornell. Just a little bit long, just a bit too much. And it's rolled through to the goalkeeper. Have we got any? Have we got any feedback at the moment? Is there anything good? Oh, shows the strength of the wind there. A goalkeeper's kick went all the way through the edge of the pitch, and the goal kick. The Aylesbury fans aren't very happy. The players aren't happy either. They think it was a throw in to. They think it was a corner to Slough. To Aylesbury. Let's just have a look. Is anything happening on Twitter that we know of? I'm just going to try and find my Twitter, because I'm just struggling a little bit with that, just to see if anyone knows any of the other scores from around the league this evening. It might be interesting to know. Somerville's Kieran's a bit of a low skimmer, and Clergy's after it in midfield, battling hard with the big number 9, with Bradley Watkins. Ball bobbling around and gets shinned off, and almost in front of my little commentary box, we have Ryan Parsons who'll take a throw, probably just inside, well, halfway in the Slough half. And Slough are looking to move around. Ed Smith, little header, he was getting climbed on a little bit there. Through ball, hopefully through to Woos, who hooks it ball clear, well under pressure, so that was good, and the ball bounces out clear, so it'll be an attacking throw, which Lamar Simpson seems to be taking, just quickly, close to the edge of the 18-yard box. Thrown in, flicked off, and it is harmlessly out for another Slough goal kick. So let's just see how we're getting on here. But we have now played 15 minutes. I would say it's fairly even. I don't think the Rebels have particularly shaded it, but I don't think Aylesbury have had a particularly good shot answer. The only real chance has been the Wheeler dipping cross shot and the free kick for Wheeler. So perhaps Slough could count themselves slightly unlucky that they haven't perhaps got a goal. But we'll have to have a look here. Somerville clears long, ball's holding up in the wind towards the dugouts. Won by Rumbold in midfield. Warren Harron takes a brilliant touch on the ball, but unfortunately just rolls through past Ed Smith. Now down the left wing again. It's gone back to Sean Fraser, who's getting a lot of the ball early on now here. And back through to the left back position for Aylesbury. Ball bobbling around in midfield. A bit of, people misplacing their passes. Oh, a very physical challenge comes in on Rumbold, but he reacts well. But then there's a little bit of there's a little bit of shoving and pushing, because I think Slough want to get on with this, and the Aylesbury man just prevented him from getting the ball. So Woos is on the ball in the centre of the pitch, just seems to be lining it up, and I'm not sure who's going to take it now. I think Woos might just hit that forward. Let's just have a little look. Hayes versus Daventry and St Ives. It's all beat. Okay, I'm not sure what you're all talking about. I'm trying to concentrate on one thing. Keeper's come up for the ball. He spilt it, and it's fallen on the edge of the box. Oh. And unfortunately, the keeper came out, spilt it, and then dropped it, and Ed Smith was not quite quick enough to react to it, the bouncing ball. Once again, player in trouble. The clearance comes in long and early, but the bounce is evading people. Fowler now bringing it out from the back. Plays the ball to the left wing to Wheeler. Nice chest control. Holds the ball up, plays it inside to Ed Smith, who has a touch, flicks it back outside for Wheeler, who's up against the right back. Right back does very well, controls the ball and is now bringing it away. Plays it inside. Nice 1-2. And Rumbold comes across, puts the ball out of play. So midway inside the Aylesbury defending half, they've got a throw on the left hand, on their right back position. And the ball is just bobbling around. Centre midfielder's got it now for Aylesbury and flicks the ball through. That's going to pass harmlessly all the way through to Somerville. The wind does look to have picked up here, ladies and gentlemen. The wind on their shirt seems to be blowing quite through. Somerville's brought the ball out a little bit, so he's probably 10 yards outside his box, just on the right-hand edge of the pitch, and he's just lined up to kick it. He clears it down the right-hand channel, and Cornell challenges for it. And McClurg wins the ball, passes out to Fraser. The ball's chipped through towards Warren Harris. Great touch. Oh, and the keeper's missed it. And it's behind the player. He doesn't realise it's there. And unfortunately, it's come out clear, and the right back clears it again. But that was a real opportunity for Slough. Well, there seems to be uncertainty, certainly in the goalkeeping area in Aylesbury. There seems to be a couple of chances. Whether it's the wind holding it up, I don't know. But the ball got stuck there. Didn't even realise. Parsons from left back throws it back to Jake Somerville, who's now inside his box and is obviously going to have to clear it. So he's just taking a touch, just knocking it outside, and he's just going to get closed down now. So he's taking a good clearance again towards the right channel. Ed Smith flicks it. Warren Harris picks up the ball on the right, just outside the box. Chip crosses. Great touch by Cornell. Oh, and just get nicked away from him the ball, but still inside the edge of the box. That's and there was just a half chance there for McClurg, who kind of cross-shot the ball in, and it kind of was saved by the keeper again. So definitely Slough on top. We need now to... the ball is bouncing around, and Ryan Parsons close to me. Rumbold gets in with a big tackle, but it's almost rugby tackle back. That's almost got to be a booking there. He literally had his hands around his neck right in front of us, and all the Slough players around him asking what this means. And Fowler's following off, saying it's rugby player, and he's going to call this player over the referee. And just have a little word. So it'll be interesting to see what Dave Sheldrake does here. He's having a chat, and I think this could be the first booking of the match. Yes, it is. It's going to be the first booking of the match. I think it could have been worse. It looked like he was actually trying to jump on his back. So that is number 8, Adam Logie, ex-Slough, first man booked tonight. I'm trying to write, but my hands are a bit cold, so I'm struggling. So you remember that for me anyway later, ladies and gentlemen. So that was after 19 minutes. Okay. Wheeler drives a free kick forwards, but it's just sails through to the goalkeeper. Not the best angle. I don't think he quite meant it, so it wasn't his best. And now Witherall just has it at his feet. He's now picked the ball up and he's going to clear long. And so this will be interesting to see again how the wind catches this ball and whether the defenders are just enough. Ball lofted in the air. A bit, and once again, just flicks through and rolls through to Somerville. So the keepers aren't really adjusting their kicks just yet. So it'll be interesting to see what this is. Kick through from Somerville. Cornell holds it up just after halfway. Loses out just now. The keeper's ball's passed back and it's bobbling around for the Aylesbury keeper, who just has no option but to drive the ball out. So it's a throw to Slough, left-hand side, halfway up the pitch. Parsons going to have a throw. Just looking for where he's going to throw it to. He throws it long towards Ed Smith, who takes a nice touch, flicks it through towards McClurg and gets fouled, it seems, off the ball. But the referee hasn't seen it. It's breakthrough for Warren Harris in the box. He shoots, and it's a goal! A goal for Warren Harris, who broke through. The ball flicked through off Ed Smith, and it is a goal to Slough. So that is the first goal after 20 minutes. Warren Harris maintaining his good form. This is an excellent start for Slough. Now, it would be great if we could go on and score a couple more. So anyway, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Seemed to do well. The keeper came out. He kind of chipped it diagonally across. And we'll see how that goes on. Aylesbury now are not making it that quick to get back. So here we go. They're just kicking off again. Ball's played out to right back position for Aylesbury, just inside their own half. Cornell going to go and shut that down actively, and he does. He closes it down well, but he gets a stinger on his back. I think that probably hurt a little bit in this weather. Ball coming out in midfield now. Played across the field by Logie. Out to the left back, Connor Baker. And now the ball is rushed through, and a good intervening tackle comes through for Fowler, and the ball is out just in front of the Aylesbury dugout on the far side of Steve Bateman, where Sean Fraser will take it. Sorry if I got a bit excited, by the way, when I was gold. I kind of almost got a bit Brazilian, but yeah, apologies. I didn't swear though, did I? So anyway, who's that a nice picture of? Please don't tell me that's me. I don't want to see pictures of me. Oh yeah, that is me. Oh Jesus, can we get rid of that one? Well, I don't know how to get back now. Anyway, ball just within in the D, and Parson plays it through towards left back channel. It's being held up in the wind. Wheeler going to close it down. And Lamar Simpson just clears the ball up in the air, appealing that it's gone out. Ryan Parsons shadowing well and jockeying, having a good game so far. And McClure's just got the ball, appealing for being fouled. And it's back now with the centre-back to clear. Up towards Woos and Fowler. The ball breaks for Logie in midfield. He's got only Fowler to beat. He's running through, but other Slough players are getting back. Woos is on the ball. Number 10 crosses it, cross shot, but it goes harmlessly wide of Jake Somerville's right post. And the keeper just has an opportune moment just to have a little drink while the ball's going to be fetched. He's not in any rush now. Make Sean Fraser go and get it, which why wouldn't you really? And let's have a look at what's going on here. Oh yes, I see now it's working. I'm going to contact John at Big Spring. Okay. I'm a bit thirsty now, so I might have a drink in a moment, folks. So just forgive me. Jake Somerville about to clear the ball out for a goal kick, and the ball holds up in the wind, heads towards the box. Free header, unfortunately, which goes out of play, so it's now an Aylesbury throw on the far side on the halfway line. We have played about 23 minutes of the first half, so we're probably just over halfway through. Slough winning 1-0 for those of you who've just joined us. And some good communication there between Woos and Somerville, just to let the ball run through as the player was coming through, and the ball held through. So Somerville to clear. Drops the ball and clears it out towards the right, towards Harris, who challenges. And the ball is passed out harmlessly for a throw into Slough, just in front of the Slough dugout. Fraser takes. Inside to Cornell, who's in a little bit of space. Got the ball, knocks it back, heads it back to Fraser. Inside to Ed Smith, who tries a flick. Broken down, and now Aylesbury have the ball on the left-hand side in their own half. About midway inside their own half. And it is now still an Aylesbury throw, just inside their own half. So yeah, we've had approximately 24 minutes played now. And Aylesbury have started quite brightly and seem to be playing quite a lot down the left, but haven't really offered much of a goal threat. Slough have had a few opportunities, but now breaking through is Aylesbury. Touch by them, beats going out towards the left, and thankfully it is just held off on the far right-hand side for a Slough throw, almost on their own corner flag on the right-back position, just in front of the burger van, for those of you who know that. But it looked a moment of trouble there, but Parsons came across well covered, just shepherded the ball out with a heavy touch. I think the conditions here, the wind is playing havoc. Baker and Underwood just stand nonchalantly in their jackets. The ball is now back, and Fraser's just going to have to clear that out, hook that out of place. So just in line with the edge of the 18-yard box on the far side, there is a throw-in for Connor Baker will take. Aylesbury attacking throw-in. Lots of movement off the ball going on. Lots of movement. Short. Back to Baker. Baker has a touch and drives it into the box, but it is cleared well by Rumbold. Cornell holds it up, plays it into Smith. Smith inside his own half. Oh, unfortunately, gives it away. Poor ball. And now Fowler against the player in front. Fowler's great sliding challenge just inside his box. But now they're off in the left back position. The right back comes flying up, but Fowler comes away with the ball. Fowler stepping up, passes a nice ball, unfortunately picked up. So the ball is half on the halfway line, and the Aylesbury centre back is coming through midway inside the Slough half. Tries a crossfield ball over Fraser, but Fraser heads the ball out of danger, and now it is an attacking throw on the far side. Short throw. Aylesbury are knocking the ball around well here. And that's come up, and now Smith's got it on halfway. He's having a bit of a wrestle with one of their centre-backs. He's got the ball, though. He's getting fouled. Played out to the right. Nice ball through towards Cornell, but Cornell comes back to Warren Harris. Oh, and he's left the ball behind, but passes it square back to McClurg. McClurg looking out to left back Ryan Parsons, just over halfway line. Wheeler's showing for it. So Wheeler on the touchline, hugging the touchline. Just pass it back 5 yards, and then inside to Rumbold. Rumbold on the ball now, just looking round. Back inside their own half now. Slough just keeping possession for a moment, just calming the tempo down a little bit. Fowler across to Woos, and Woos now to Fraser right back, and now a long ball through to Ed Smith, who's having a good old tussle there with the centre back. Bobbles around. and Cornell is close to challenging it down. It's now with the left back defending in the left back position. Rumbold picks it up just inside the half and drives an early ball across, but harmlessly out for a defensive throw-in just on the far side to see what for Aylesbury to try and clear their lines here. Taking their time here, so yeah. So I'm just getting now abused by the studios and by the studios. Yes, and he's pulling funny faces at me. So sorry for being put off. The ball is cleared up over halfway. Aylesbury pick it up in the centre circle. They're on the break, looking to break here with numbers. Just slow it down a little bit. And Rumbold again comes in, wins the ball well, takes a touch, bit heavy, wins it back again. Nice little ball out to the left, and Wheeler's in about 10 yards of space, advancing towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Chips a little ball across, well cleared away by Aylesbury, and then it is now back. And then Parsons got the ball. Parsons at left back got the ball, and he tries to play a ball through, but Wheeler doesn't quite read it, and now it's right in the very far right back position, kept in play, and they're going to clear it from the right back position. Everyone watches it bounce through, but Parsons again is sharp onto the ball, and ball played through. Woos is in time on the edge, on the centre circle, just in your own half, out to Fowler, who plays the ball short across the floor to Smith, just inside the Aylesbury half. McClurg takes one touch too many, and the ball passes over to Aylesbury, who are now breaking through across centre of midfield. There's quite a few runners here coming out to the left back again, who's attacking and advancing. Great tackle in there by the keen Sean Fraser, and Sean Fraser again throws himself in and committed. Not very happy Aylesbury reaction there, but it was a very full commitment from both players, and it's just ended up being a Slough throw, defending midway in their own half. Just settling down and taking a little bit of time. Okay, and the ball centre midfield. Bad touch from Jerome Anderson there in centre midfield, and Ryan Parsons has it. Tries to put a ball through to the right channel. Out to Sean Fraser again, who makes no doubt about it, and that's ball out the ground, number 2 for the day. Sean Fraser just near the dugouts and nearly took out the empty cameraman. So I take it this game isn't being filmed, so you can't catch all my mistakes. I could be making it up completely, but it doesn't look like the cameraman here. So Kev's found a ball for them and just tossed it up in the air, and it's just inside the Slough half. Baker, the left back for Aylesbury, taking the throw. Meet and drink that for Fowler, who comes through the back of the player, heads it clear, gets headed back through all the way to Somerville, who takes it nicely, and the ball is now at his feet. So we are almost half an hour gone here. The score's still Slough 1, Aylesbury Town 0. Warren Harris with a goal on 20 minutes. Quite fortuitous. Well, sorry, a good finish. Wheeler wins a header. Now that's a rarity. And the ball is played through. And again, a breakdown in communication with the centre-back taking it off the goalkeeper's hands, and now drives the long ball through to the left channel again. Fowler reads it well and blocks the ball out, and it will be a throw into Aylesbury on the halfway line. Ball played in. Picked up in midfield by McClurg. Out Wheeler on the centre line with, as we all like it, a little bit of space in front of him. Stops, checks, turns again. Has a little look and is just running, dancing with the ball. Got players all around him. Just gives a simple pass back to Rumbold, who gives it a flick to Cornell. Flicks it to Eddie Smith's on the ball, edge of the box. Eddie Smith tries to play a neat ball through to Wheeler in the box. Shoot, chips. And it was just not quite perhaps the right thing to do in that situation. It was a good intention, but he just didn't quite get enough on the chip, and the keeper held it. He was on the edge of the angle of probably the 6-yard box, and just tried to chip it over the keeper. Long clearance. Woos is adjudged to have fouled the Aylesbury attacker Sean Sonner, and it will be a free kick, probably 20 yards out of the 18-yard box. So probably about 40 yards from goal, just to the right-hand side of the goal, and we are just waiting to see how this is defended. All the defenders are lining up on the 18-yard box, and it is going to be. It looks like it might be Gareth Price to take this free kick with the right foot to kind of whip it through that area. Somerville on his toes near his post. Slough on the edge of their box, just lining up, just jostling around, and the ball's moving. Ball's chipped in. Cleared high and long by Fraser. And Warren Harris does brilliantly to control the ball, got the ball, driving it out right, passes it out to the right wing. Ed Smith almost on the touchline, halfway through, just stops, not running, just running, jogging, touches it through. That's through to Cornell, has a shot. And I believe that is a goal kick, it looks like. I don't think there was a save there. So Cornell just had a snapshot, and it was a chance for Slough. He did well to make it for himself, but now it is a goal kick for Aylesbury, who seem to be still causing a few problems on the break, but I think they're more under pressure. Let's just have a look at how everything else is going on today. I can see from what you guys are saying that there are some goals in the other games, which is useful. But at the moment, as it stands, Slough will go up to third. The ball's broken through to the left wing position for Aylesbury. Aylesbury threatening, cuts inside, crosses the ball. No one in the box though. Somerville picks up early, spins the ball out left to Wheeler. Wheeler just inside his own half, passes the ball through. I think it might have a bit too much on it. The keeper comes out and heads it. That's unusual. And then the centre back makes an awful mess of it. Cornell flicks it through towards Smith, but comes across the centre back on the edge of his 18-yard box, but clears it not very far to Wheeler. Edge of this box, has a shot, leaning back over the bar. Ball number 3 out of the ground. So this is really a good match. I just feel that at the moment it would be good if Slough could perhaps make a little bit more of this pressure. It would be nice to have a 2-goal cushion to be able to take into half term, and I think it would be fair of the game. We've now played 33 minutes, and my cup of hot chocolate is now cold. And looking at the two sides, I think there is a little bit of a gap of confidence between the two teams, and Slough just seem to need that second goal perhaps to just skew them on. The conditions are difficult, and I think it would be a good game to draw out 3 points. Ball breaks on the right to Warren Harris, who's picking up pace as he does. He's sprinting down the right-hand flank, beating his trying to get a cross in. And the cross just goes aimlessly out for a goal kick. So great run by Warren Harris, but unfortunately the end product didn't quite match the quality of the run. But he is a great sight in flight when he starts running. And the Aylesbury fans are still banging their drum. They're making a good... There's not a huge number of them. I would say maybe 20 or 30. Clearance comes out, and it's midway inside the Slough half. And once again, Fraser, who seems to be on my lips the whole time, clears the ball again. It's now bouncing around the halfway line with the midfield little battle. Oh, a little bit of a hurried ball from Fowler, who lands with a right back. And it's now bobbling through. Woos to clear. Woos just clears it through. It's now up in the air. Everyone's after you, after me, Claude. And it's bobbling around in midfield now. They're just trying to clear it. Clergy closes it down well, and he's still closing it down. Great effort. Ryan Parsons, the ball's breaking out to left. Parsons having a battle with a right winger. And comes through and goes past Parsons and out cleared by Woos, who's having a very strong game. There seems to be a little bit of panic at some points. Ball now under Adam Logie's spell. And Jerome Anderson right down this right-hand side looking for the ball. Overlap from Logie. Is he going to use him? No. Just down in the right-hand corner here. Comes out well, but Rumbold comes in well with a tackle. And a great little flick from Wheeler backhound to Woos, who's now got a little bit of time. Looks for a gap. Pings the ball up towards Ed Smith. Flicks the ball on well, but unfortunately not in the direction of Cornell. Time for Rumbold just inside our own half. Finds McClurg. Clerg out to Fraser right back, advancing just in front of the dugouts over halfway line. Taking his time, stepping on the ball. Wheeler screaming for the ball on the left wing position. Still screaming for the ball. But Harris is out left. Puts the ball through to Cornell. Cornell down in the penalty box. Gets the ball, squares it across, but there's no one in there, unfortunately. And it's all the way across goal, out the other side of the box, and now in the right back position, where Wheeler's trying to close the players down. And he's working hard, still out on the right-hand side channel. Aylesbury are certainly trying to play the ball out here, and now they offer the aerial route through to centre backs, and it's dummied very well by Bradley Watkins, and now it's 4-on-4 and a breakthrough, but Fowler comes in with an absolutely superbly timed tackle in the box. That would have been a penalty. Fowler, that is the second superb challenge he's made this game. Still attacking, driving down the right, crosses, dangerous cross there, and just a very agricultural clearance, I would say, by Fowler. So there's going to be a throw in to Aylesbury, who just came in there, looked very dangerous. Could have been a moment for pain. So it will be Lamar Simpson to throw it from the edge of the 18-yard box on the right-hand side. Slough moving around. 37 minutes gone, and we'll be looking now. It would be to consolidate and certainly not concede before half time. Wheeler following the short runner. Be interesting to see what Lamar Simpson has in mind here for Aylesbury. There's not an awful lot of movement. I think he's going to have it, give it and go. He's got the ball back, crosses it left-footed into the box, flicks header from Aylesbury, but goes again harmlessly wide. So once again, Somerville will just take his time and just wait slightly to go and get the ball. And while we're doing that, I might have a little guess at the crowd. I would say there might be 250 here, maybe even a touch more, maybe even 270. If anyone else wants to have a guess, by all means do. It'll be a bit of fun. I'm not sure that I'll actually find out while I'm here, hidden away in my little box. But here we go. Somerville now clearing the ball. Held up in the wind again. Cornell wins the header well. Bounces back though, and Parsons attacks it in the left back position. Bounces unfortunately away from him. Now in the centre of the midfield with Aylesbury in possession. Aylesbury just keeping the ball out, coming right, attacking right now towards our left back position. And they're going inside, just going nowhere. Rumbold trying his hardest to get a foot on there and just shadowing him away. And blocks the ball out for a throw. Still not giving up. Having a right old tussle there. Shutting the ball down and goes back to Ryan Parsons, who clears the long ball through. That's something for Ed Smith to chase with their centre-backs, and he looks comfortable. The centre-back defends well, just runs it out wide. The ball is out, the linesman signals, so it'll be an attacking Slough throw midway in the Aylesbury halfway down the touchline. Sorry, I've ignored you lot for a little while. Let's see, is everything else okay? Is anyone unhappy with anything? How can you stop the noises from the chat room? I'm not sure about that. Fowler, ball's cleared, picks it up in the centre spot. Little bit of time, passes it to Rumbold, 10 yards inside the Aylesbury half. Out to Ryan Parsons, very good with both feet. Uses his right foot there cleverly. Wheeler got 3 men round him. Passes a simple ball up to Ed Smith, up to Warren Harris, who's on the left there. Ball driven down the right, and in comes Adam Logie, right back position, crosses the ball in. There's a little bit of confusion, but Fowler takes it off of Somerville's hands. Ball bobbles nicely, and there's going to be a shot, but it's blocked by Fowler and goes out for a Aylesbury corner. 39 minutes played, so it'll be good to see out this first half and just get the boys back in the dressing room so that we can have some good words and some comments and get them going again for the second half. Looks like it's going to be an in-swinging corner. The referee stopping it for a moment because there's an injury to, it looks like the skipper Ben Stevens from Aylesbury sat down pretty much on the halfway line. I'm sure if they wanted him, they would be pushing him forward to take it. He's lying now on his front, which in this weather is probably a brave thing to do. So the game has just been stopped for a moment. So I'll recap. There's been a few key incidents. Obviously, the good goal, the good finish by Warren Harris after 20 minutes from the right-hand edge of the box, angled as the keeper came out. Very deft execution to the top corner. There's been a couple of chances for Wheeler. One free kick just over the bar and another cross shot that was tipped just over. The keeper hasn't looked that sure, so James Wetherall, don't think he's having his best game here for the Moles. Just been looking slightly unsure under the pressure of the ball. So it would be interesting to see what's going on. Meanwhile, treatment continues for Ben Stevens, getting up very slowly. Looks like he might have a bad back. He's being walked off towards this side. The referee, Mr. Dave Sheldrake, is just keeping an eye on him and just saying, well, you're not going to be involved in this corner, sunshine. And now making his way up towards the attacking Aylesbury corner. So let's hope that there's a good, clear Rebels head on this ball so that we can see out to half-time. 40 minutes now played here at Holloways Park. Ball about to come in. Lots of movement in the box, but nothing is organised as Slough. Ball comes in. Near post, good header clear by Cornell. Cornell then ball goes back to the taker, and Parsons clears it well, and I believe it's going to be a throw in. Parsons clears it, so it's almost just a throw in right in the very corner, an attacking throw in for Aylesbury. And we're just going to see movement again. Throws it in field. Edge of the 18-yard box now, looking to cross the ball in. Has a little run out to the right wing, crossing the ball. Great cross. Cleared. Wheeler going to hook clear, hopefully. Hooks it clear. Up to halfway. Ed Smith, the only Slough man forward, flicks it in towards Cornell. Cornell doesn't have much of a chance to get that, though. Warren Harris is making a vast rate of knots up there. Now back to the keeper on his less favoured foot. Warren Harris clearing him, closes him down, and forced out for a Slough throw-in just just near the dugouts in the Aylesbury half on the far side. Sean Fraser on the ball. Ball bobbles around again, and it's again another throw in there. The Moles fans certainly are in good voice. I think it's probably because they haven't had a game this year, and so they are, they're all pent up, and they're certainly banging their drum. They're certainly making their most of this trip, not very far. Ball now with Fraser. It's again just bobbled around in there a few times, and now out again for the throw. And I think Slough will be quite happy with this. 42 minutes played, first half. Slough 1-0. Back to Fowler, who drives the ball in towards Ed Smith. Ball bounces through and safely in the arms of Weatherall. Weatherall now wandering around holding the ball. This looks like a long 6 seconds, ref. And still, they are down to 10 men because Ben Stevens is still off the pitch holding his back. Fowler comes through the back of their centre forward, holds it up brilliantly. Out to the left wing now to Clergy. Has a little option, pokes through a ball. Great ball through and cleared well by Tom Cutts out agriculturally, and it is now a throw-in for Slough on the left-hand side, down halfway through into the Aylesbury pitch, and I don't genuinely think that Ben Stevens may not be taking part any longer in this match. Not sure if Bateman's going to hold out to half-time to make the change, or whether he's going to see how he's doing. But he's he's struggling a little bit. Throw looks to be taken by Parsons. People moving around. Long throw into the box. Headed up back to Parsons. Parsons watches it goes out. Looks for another quick throw in. Throw taken in. Not backed by Cornell to Parsons. Parsons back to Cornell. Edge of the D. Cornell still got on the ball. And again, Parsons, it's fairly tight down there, but they seem to be playing it around well. Come outside to Rumbold. Back in. Oh, great intercepting challenge, because that was a clever ball there from Rumbold. And now Aylesbury bring clear. Aylesbury in the right back position. Hit a ball down the line for Woos. Woos is coming across. And he's now back in his very own corner, and he just passes the ball square across to Jake, and Jake, under a lot of pressure, clears well to the right. That is sensible play there. So it's now far side, throw into Aylesbury, and we are almost at the end of this first half. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. At the end of this, I'm going to go off and refresh my voice for a minute, because I don't normally talk this much as Mick would tell you. But let's hope this is okay. And it looks now to be the first substitution. I'm just looking out for the numbers. I can't quite see them. Okay, it's number 12 coming on, which is Kevin Meller in replace of Ben Stevens. So I'm not sure if that's a tactical substitution in terms of positioning, because obviously it looked like Ben Stevens, the captain, definitely couldn't continue. So Aylesbury to throw the ball in, far side. Slough closing down in midfield, acting like terriers as always. High work rate that these Rebels have. Cleared well. And now up towards Cornell, battling around in there. And Rumbold's getting involved. As ever, an energetic half from Rumbold. Ball bobbles through to Fowler, who clears it well. Fraser now clears and sends it through long towards Weatherall. But Wheeler's after it. And Wheeler's just picked up the ball and taken a great first touch right down towards the far left-hand corner. And unfortunately, the ball beat him. He took a touch, and I think he's crashed into the wall, and hopefully he's all right. He's hobbling slightly. Ball thrown back to the goalkeeper for a goal kick for Slough. So, I'd like a drink, please. Yes, thank you very much, Weenie. That would be very good of you. Preferably not alcoholic, because I've got to drive. It's only about 45 minutes, but that's all right. I don't think I could even make it. I probably couldn't make it 5. Anyway, cleared long. Woos comes through the back of the player. Not adjudged a foul. In midfield, Aylesbury on the ball. McClurg, brilliant as ever, tackling through. Warren Harris on the ball. Nice little touch through to McClurg, who's made a nice run. Just poked away from McClurg, though, into the left-back position. And now attacking down the left wing. Fowler up against Gareth Price. Price has passed the ball inside, but a great tackle. And then I would think a free kick. But that is the end of the half. I thought that was a little bit of a late challenge. But anyway, that is it for the end of your first half ever of Rebels Radio. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not saying I'm BBC or anything like that, but I'll have to see what's happening. It looks like we have one Slough player down injured from that, who I think is Rumbold. I'm not sure whether he's hurting too much or whatever else, but the fans are starting to make their way up, and it's cold as ever. So I will wish you all a pleasant 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to probably go and use the facilities and try and warm up a little bit as the players come out, as the players leave the pitch to the right-hand side for half-time. 1-0 to Slough, though. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. I am now back from it, and there's not a lot to update really right now, apart from the conditions are awful. I've just been absolutely soaked, but the players are out on the pitch and just waiting for the referees, so I won't be a moment, and then we'll get on with the second half. So yeah, anyway, we're back here. I guess I'm not sure that I've seen whether you've talked about it or not. Oh yes, yeah, I can see David has already. But yes, half time in one of the interesting games, obviously, is that yes, actually Barton are 1-0 up against Dunstable. So that result would really kind of open things up at the top, with Dunstable currently being 1 point clear of Rugby in Town, but having 2 games in hand. So and Barton obviously have 5 games in hand on us, but only 3 points behind us, so that would bring them up to 46 points. So it brings it out. Slough lined up. Doesn't appear to be any changes in the second half, and we are pretty much ready to go. Mr. Sheldrake is lined up with the ball ready there, and hopefully you enjoyed that first half. I did. I'd like some critical feedback, but positive critical feedback, something constructive, I suppose, is what I'm looking for. So if there's anything that I'm saying too much, too little, something that I'm not saying, by all means, just say, tweet, write, whatever it might be, because this is your service. This is for you guys. You pay for this. A lot of you do. And so it'll be interesting to see that. There is a substitution for Aylesbury. So their second substitution of the game. Connor Baker is being replaced by number 14, which doesn't appear on the team list. So I'm guessing it might be Steve Perkins. But I'll have to wait and see on that one. There does appear to be that, but they didn't appear to hold out the right number. Anyway, Slough kick off the second half. Back to left back. Ryan Parsons on the ball. Drives the ball. The wind is really picking up, and it's with Slough in this half. The rain is lashing down as well. Kind of not so heavy that you can see it, but it's just pushing it through. Ball comes out to the right. McClurg puts in Warren Harris. Warren Harris, edge of the box, only with the defender to beat. Goes down the line and clips the ball for corner. Immediate pressure here. Ball bounces, not out the ground quite. Immediate pressure here from Slough with the wind at their back in their second half. Wheeler striding across to do it. And under the, to my right, under the kind of shed shelter, it is very packed in there due to the rain, and there is an awful lot of noise coming out here. It's good to hear some nice vocal support for the Rebels. Wheeler lining up the corner again. Mixtures of people running all over the place. It looks again like a pre-planned move. Gathers on the edge, now like a hornet's nest in. It's a low one. Warren Harris edge of the box, bad first touch, and just clips, unfortunately, the Aylesbury defender on the edge of the box. That was a pre-planned one, looking for a shot, nice and new, but just stops the ball. Free kick to Aylesbury, edge of their own box. And many people coming back with hot drinks, which I'm a bit jealous of, because no one as yet has found me a hot drink. But I'm not complaining too much. I had my cold hot chocolate. Oh, the ball just moved there, actually, with the wind is that strong. The ball just moved, he's kicked it, and he chipped it up high. Wheeler heads it forward, and it's gone through. Ed Smith breaking down the left channel, edge of the 18-yard box. Going to cut it inside. Cuts inside, runs across, and it's deflected inches wide of the near post by the Aylesbury defenders for another corner. Slough Town really starting this second half with a lot of pressure, and it's very interesting to see. Wheeler now making his way over to the ball. Everyone's kind of covering in, keeping warm, just hiding. More people coming into the stand where I'm sitting.